Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
All of you,
बोल बा
all of you mention your branch name. Okay. Branch name should be mentioned. Before your name, the branch name should be mentioned. Subhanpura students will mention SUB. Other branches, Pratapnagar PNG, Nizampura NZM, Karalibag KBGN, Varashia WAR. Now, subsidiary books is what we are going to start today, and all your videos should be on, okay? Everyone's videos should be on. I repeat again, all the videos should be on. Switch on your videos, everyone. Okay, now listen carefully. So far you have done with the chapters of journal. Mainly you can say we have done with the chapter of journal, because accounting equation was also based on journal only. From the journal itself, we used to identify the effect on assets and liabilities and capital. So far we have done with journal only, right? Now you all understand this concept. What is subsidiary books? First we understand what is subsidiary books and why subsidiary books. Okay, have a look at it. You all can see in front of you, I have mentioned two types of businesses. Which two types of businesses can you all see in front of you?
small and big business.
Small business and
Big
small business and big business.
Big business.
Now see here, small businesses have limited number of transactions. Is it or not? Small businesses will have limited number of transactions. Okay, small businesses will have limited number of transactions. So one book will be sufficient for them. Small businesses will have limited number of transactions. So one book will be sufficient for them. That is journal book, what we studied till now. Okay, one book will be sufficient for them. That is journal book, what we studied till now. Now, what else do we call the journal book as? Raise your hand. What else do we call the journal book as? Raise your hand. Nidhi from Pratapnagar.
Yes, sir.
Yes, what else do we call the journal book as?
Original book.
Original book. Okay. Okay. Anyone else? It's not wrong, but I'm looking for some other word. What else do we call the journal book as? Richita. Subhanpura, Richita.
Primary book.
Very good. Primary book of account. Journal book is also called as primary book of account. Okay. What do you mean by prime? What do you mean by prime or primary? All of you can unmute and answer. What do you mean by prime?
First.
Primary?
First.
First book of account. Did you all do the very first recording of any transaction in journal book or not? Very first
Yes.
studied
Yes,
was
sir.
in
Yes.
journal book, is it or not?
Yes.
That's why journal is called primary book of account. Did you all understand? Because first recording of any transaction is there in journal book. So if journal is the first book of account, Then subsidiary books will be which book of account?
Secondary.
Secondary.
Yes, secondary.
Secondary. Primary book.
Subsidiary books are also primary books of accounts, first book of accounts. Now understand this why. Okay, so first of all, keep this in mind. Journal book is also primary book of accounts. Subsidiary books are also primary books of accounts. Okay, now understand the logic why. As I said, small business will have limited number of transactions, so one book will be sufficient, that is journal. Is it or not? Okay, but can I say big businesses will have large number of transactions? Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
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 Big business will have large number of transactions. So if you make only one book, will it appear something like this or not? If you make only one book,
Yes.
will it be something like
Yes.
this or not? Very thick book, just like this tummy is the book also, is it or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Like the tummy of the big business, the book is also very fat, very thick. And will it be very difficult to locate and trace the transactions from this big fat tummy or not?
Yes.
So if
Yes.
you want to find the transaction of purchase, sale, it will be very difficult. So many pages you have to turn. You see, I know your position during your exams. When you have to find any topic, how you turn the pages and how you people sweat when you are not able to find that topic in your notebook. Is it or not? Same way, for a big business also, if they record everything in one book only, it will become very difficult for them to find any transaction from that book. So what do they do? What the big businesses do? This is not possible. This is not possible. So what do the big businesses do? They divide this into several books. This one big book, what do? They divide into
Several books.
several books. Okay, they divide it into several books. These several books are called subsidiary books. These several books are called what?
Subsidiary books.
Subsidiary book.
Subsidiary books.
Books. So journal is also primary book of accounts. Subsidiary is also primary book of accounts, but journal is maintained by small businesses and subsidiary books are maintained by
Big business.
big businesses. Did you all understand this difference?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts with it? Any doubts with the concept of subsidiary books? Raise your hand. So once again, who makes journal book?
Primary book.
No, who makes journal book?
Small business.
Small business.
And who makes subsidiary books?
Big
Businesses.
Having several number of transactions. All of you start your videos. Dev Patel from Subhanpura, Dev Patel from Pratap Nagar. All of you start your videos. Okay, all of you start your videos. Pratap Nagar, Nishant, Shubham, Dwarkesh. I'll proceed further once all the videos are on. So all of you start the videos fast. Naman from Pratap Nagar, Dhruvi, Yesha Patel, Rushil from Subhanpura, Khushi Tiwari from Subhanpura, Pranjal from Pratap Nagar, Bhumi from Subhanpura, Frakshin from Pratap Nagar, Dhwani from Pratap Nagar, Diya from Pratap Nagar. Please start your videos, everyone. Vraj Patel, Harsh Divse, Yashvi Shah, Dhyan Shah, Kashish Jain, Monty Rajput, Vrund Patel, Kavya Patel, Hinal Prajapati, Dhanlakshmi, Rishi, Meet, Om, Jay. All of you start your videos. Okay. So once again, I repeat, small businesses keep journal book. One book is sufficient for them because they have limited number of transactions. They can easily find them also. Whereas big businesses keep subsidiary books as they have several number of transactions. So they divide the journal itself into several books which are called subsidiary books. I'll dictate you the meaning of subsidiary books. Is everyone clear with the meaning of subsidiary books? Any doubts in that?
No. No, sir.
So write down in your notebook heading chapter 6 subsidiary books and write down meaning of subsidiary books. Give the heading meaning of subsidiary books. Okay, all of you give the heading meaning of subsidiary books. Now write down in that big businesses having large number of transactions subdivide the journal into separate books for each type of transaction. For each type of transaction. This subdivided journal is called subsidiary books. This subdivided journal is called subsidiary books. Any doubts in this?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Further, subsidiary books are also primary books of accounts. Okay, just like journal book, subsidiary books are also primary books of accounts. Now, did you all write it down? Did everyone complete it?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
No, sir.
Those who are still writing, raise your hand so that I can wait for you to complete. Once you complete, then you lower your hands. Okay, once you finish it, then you lower your hands. Now further give the heading types of subsidiary books. Types of subsidiary books. There are 4 types of subsidiary books. One is cash related. Second is goods related. Third is bills related. And fourth is all other transactions which are left out. All other transactions which are not covered in first, second, and third. Cash related subsidiary books are called cash book. You will study about this in detail in chapter number 7. Okay, so I am not discussing further about cash book in detail because in chapter number 7 we will study this in detail. Goods related, there are 4 books: purchase book, sales book, purchase return book, and sales return book. These 4 books we are going to study in this chapter. Okay, in this chapter number 6, we are going to study these 4 books: purchase, sales, purchase return, and sales return. Bills receivable or bills payable book related to bills, we will study in part 2 of your accountancy subject. Okay, bills related will be covered in part 2, chapter number 4 of your accountancy. So right now again we don't discuss that in detail. And all other transactions are covered in a book which is called journal proper. All other transactions are covered in a book which is called journal proper, which we will study in chapter 8. So in this chapter, what we are going to study is goods related subsidiary books only: purchase book, sales book, purchase return book, and sales return book. Did you all get an idea what we are going to study in this chapter?
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, who all are writing this? Still raise your hand. Okay, complete it, then you lower your hands. Let's continue further. Be attentive. All of you give this heading important points for this chapter. I'll explain you some important points. Then all of you will close the notebooks and I'll ask you also. Okay, just a brief revision so that when we start with the mixed illustration, you all are able to understand what is exactly going on. Okay, so all of you write on first point: only goods. I'm talking about this chapter. Okay, so only goods related purchases and sales will be recorded, or even purchase return and sales return. What do I mean by this? If you purchase, means purchase, or if you sell, that is sale of assets, will not be recorded. Okay, any purchase or sale of assets will not be recorded in these 4 books: purchase book, sales book, purchase return book, and sales return book. Is this first point clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
we will
sir.
record only purchase and sale.
Yes,
We will record only purchase and sale of. We will record only purchase and sale of goods. If you are purchasing or selling any asset, then that will not be recorded in these 4 books. Where is that recorded? Either in journal proper or in cash book. Depending on if you have purchased for cash, then cash book. If you have purchased on cash, then cash book. And if you have purchased on credit, then it will be recorded in journal proper. Okay, but assets transactions will not be recorded in these 4 subsidiary books. Next, second point, write down. Only credit, purchase and sale will be recorded. Only credit, purchase and sale will be recorded. That is, cash purchases and sales will not be recorded. Cash purchases and sales will not be recorded. Again, same reason, cash purchase of goods will be recorded in cash book. Cash sale of goods will be recorded in cash book. So any cash transactions will not be recorded in journal, in subsidiary books. What these 4 subsidiary books: purchase book, sales book, purchase return book, and sales return book. Third point, partly cash and partly credit transactions. Partly cash and partly credit transactions will be treated as fully credit transactions. Partly cash and partly credit transactions will be treated as fully credit transaction and recorded in these books with full amount. And recorded in these books with full amount. Means, if you purchase goods of rupees 10,000, out of which, if you purchase goods of rupees 10,000, out of which you pay 5,000 in cash, then the question arises, should we record in these books only 5,000 credit amount or full 10,000 amount? We will record in these books with full 10,000. And then 5,000 of payment, what is done, will be recorded separately in cash book again. But in this books, purchase book, sales book, purchase return book, and sales return book, partly cash and partly credit transaction you will treat as fully credit transaction and record it with full amount. And then whatever payment is done or money is received, that will be separately recorded in cash book again. Whatever payment is done or money is received will be separately recorded in cash book again. But initially you will treat it as fully credit transaction, and in these books you will record it with full amount. Did you all understand this point, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, raise your hand who did not understand this last point done right now. Third point done. Okay. Fourth point, write down. Any expenses will be calculated on the value of goods after deducting trade discount. Any expenses will be calculated on the value of goods after deducting trade discount. So suppose you purchase goods of 10,000 at 10% trade discount. First you deduct that. 10,000 of goods, 10% trade discount will be 1,000. What you will get is 9,000. Just an example, no need to write. Now if they say goods and service tax is 18% counted on 9,000. If they say railway freight is 5% counted on this 9,000. So any expenses will be calculated on the value of goods after deducting trade discount. Did all of you understand this fourth point, everyone?
Yes.
What about carriage?
What about carriage? Carriage also. See, if it is given in percentage, any expense which is given in percentage will be calculated on the amount after deducting trade discount. May it be carriage, may it be wages, may it be GST, may it be railway.
ચાર્જિંગ છે
Sir, if carriage is not given in percentage and directly given amount, then
નહીં ઓભરાતું આ ફૂલ
Ishika,
પંખો
you mute
ચાલે છે
yourself. Ishika, you mute yourself.
hello,
Yes, yes, Rushil, please carry on.
sir, if carriage is not given in percentage and directly given in amount,
Then well and good, then directly write that amount.
add up.
Suppose it is given 35 rupees, then directly write 35.
Okay.
Okay, I am talking about any expense which is given in percentage. If it is given in percentage, that percentage you will apply on which amount after deducting trade discount. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sarjita, please unmute yourself. Sarjita, please unmute yourself. Yes, Sarjita, see what I say in this third point is, if there is partly cash and partly credit transaction, suppose you purchase goods of rupees 20,000 from which you pay 12,000 rupees, 8,000 remains to be paid. Sarjita, are you there unmuted?
Yes.
So what I am saying is, if you pay 8,000 rupees out of 20,000, 12,000 remains unpaid. Can I say it is partly cash and partly credit transaction?
Yes.
Now, in purchase book, you will record full 20,000. What amount?
20,000.
Full, complete amount 20,000. Now, what payment did we do? 8,000 rupees. Okay, what payment did we do out of 20,000? 8,000 rupees. Sarjita?
Yes, sir.
What payment did we do out of 20,000? 8,000 rupees.
Yes.
That again we will record in cash book separately. But in purchase book, you will record full amount of 20,000. Did you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Right now we are not studying cash book, so ignore that payment portion. Therefore, in this chapter, what you have to remember is partly cash, partly credit transactions will be treated as fully credit transaction and recorded with full amount. From this chapter's point of view, you treat partly cash and partly credit as fully credit transaction. Is this point clear to you, Sarjita?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any other doubts in this still? Okay,
No, sir.
anyone else having any doubts in the 4 points which I made you write? Raise your hand.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Shall we start with practical questions?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Which illustration formats did I ask you to draw in advance and come?
7.
Illustration 7.
7. So all of you take out illustration 7. All of you take out illustration 7. These points you all have written in the beginning. Leave around half a page after that blank, so that if a new point comes, you can write it in the introduction itself.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
Okay, sir.
Leave around half a page after that. If any new point comes, I'll make you write in the same important points. So all the points for you will be available at one place only. This is illustration 7 and 4 formats you should have done. Purchase book, sales book, purchase return book, and sales return book. And below that we will write the notes. Notes we will write for those transactions which we don't record in subsidiary books. Okay, notes we will write for those transactions which we don't record in subsidiary books. Now, understand it properly, everyone. Hussain from Pratap Nagar, unmute yourself. Hussain from Pratap Nagar.
Yes, sir.
Please read the question, beta.
From the following transaction, prepare purchase book, sales book, purchase return book, and sales return book in the book of Sri Hasmukh Bhai.
Just one
for-
minute.
First.
Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. The month is January 2015. So headings should be like this. Purchase book of Sri Hasmukh Bhai for January 2015. Sales book of Sri Hasmukh Bhai for January 2015. Purchase return book of Sri Hasmukh Bhai for January 2015, and sales return book of Sri Hasmukh Bhai for January 2015. Now, one more thing, all of you just note it down. We purchase goods from suppliers. So in purchase book, as well as we will return the goods to suppliers. So in purchase return book, you will write the name of supplier. I repeat, in purchase book, as well as purchase return book, you will write the name of supplier. Did you understand this, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Same way, we sell goods to customers. We sell goods to customers. So in sales book, as well as sales return book, you will write the name of customer. Okay? In purchase book and purchase return book, name of
Supplier.
in sales book and sales return book, name of
Customer.
yes. Further, what is the proof of purchasing the goods? The proof of purchasing the goods is the bill. That bill is called inward invoice number. That bill is called inward invoice number. Okay? And same way, what is the proof of sale of goods? Again the bill, but when we sell it, goods go out. So the same bill is called outward invoice number. The proof of purchase of goods is inward invoice number. The proof of sale of goods is outward invoice number. Now, raise your hand. Goods purchased from, let us say, from the one of you only, Rishi Upadhyay. Goods purchased from Rishi on credit. Raise your hand. What will be the journal entry? Goods purchased from Rishi on credit. Raise your hand. What will be the journal entry? Goods purchased from Rishi on credit. Harry from Pratap Nagar. Unmute and answer it. Harry from Pratap Nagar. Very good, correct. Purchase account debit to Rishi account, because goods comes in, credit debit what comes in. So purchase account debit. Rishi is the giver, credit the giver to Rishi account. Now raise your hand. If the goods are returned by Rishi, what will be the journal entry? If the goods are returned by Rishi, what will be the journal entry? if the goods are returned by Rishi, what will be the journal entry? Om from Pratap Nagar. Om from Pratap Nagar.
Sir, Rishi account debit to purchase return account.
Rishi is the receiver, debit the receiver, Rishi account debit. Goods goes out, credit what goes out to purchase return account. Now, is the customer's account debited in returning the goods or not? All of you?
Yes. Yes.
Now, when we return the goods, we will send a letter, a document to Rishi. We will send a document to Rishi stating that we have debited his account and closed it. Stating that we have debited his account in our books. We will send him one letter, one document, one note stating that we have debited his account in our books, and we will write the reasons in this document why we are returning the goods. Are the goods defective? Are they not as per the sample? Are the goods damaged? What is the reason? Price differences there. We will write the reason also in this document for returning the goods. Now in this letter, what do we state? That Rishi's account we have. What do we state in this document? That
Debited.
we have debited Rishi's account. This kind of note is called debit note. What do you call this kind of note as?
Debit note.
Debit note. So whenever purchased goods are returned, which column do you make?
Debit note.
Debit note number. Did you understand the relevance of this debit note number column? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
What is debit note number? A note stating that customer's account is debited in our books. Debit note is a note which we send to our supplier. Sorry, not customer. Debit note is a note which we send to our supplier mentioning that we have debited his account in our books. That's why that note is called debit note. Very important for 1 mark in your exams. They will ask you what is debit note. What will they ask you in exams?
What is debit note?
What is debit
Debit
note?
note.
Did not.
You will write very simple. You'll write a note sent to the supplier stating that his account is debited in our books. A note sent to the supplier stating that his account is debited in our books. Is everyone clear with this? Okay, when we sell the goods, the entry will be customer account debit to sales. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
And when customer returns the goods, we will pass the entry sales return account debit to customer account. Okay? Yes or no? Sales return to customer.
Yes.
Now, to customer account means did we credit the customer's account or not?
Yes.
So here we will send him credit note. Here we will send him credit note. And we will state in the note that we have credited his account in our books. Did you understand the meaning of debit note and credit note, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So therefore, in purchase return book, which column we will make? Debit note number. And in sales return book, which column we will make? Credit note. Okay. So purchase and purchase return book name of
Supplier.
supplier.
Customer.
Sales and sales return book name of
Customer.
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 Purchase book inward invoice number. Sales book outward invoice number. Purchase return book debit note number. And sales return book credit
note.
Let's start solving this question. Okay, be attentive. First January. Maria from Pratap Nagar. Read the question, transaction 1. Maria from Pratap Nagar. She is not able to unmute, it seems. Dev from Subhanpura. Dev from Subhanpura.
Yes, sir.
Read it.
Purchase goods of rupees 10,000 from Dhruvil at 10% trade discount. Bill number 110.
Correct. Now all of you understand this. First of all, is it purchase of goods or assets? All of you, is it purchase of goods or assets?
Goods.
Goods.
Good.
Is it
Goods.
cash or credit purchase of goods?
Credit.
Credit purchase of
Name is
Credit.
given means it's a credit purchase. So will we record it in these subsidiary books or not? The conditions are
Yes.
fulfilled or not?
Yes. Yes.
All of you write down in purchase book one time heading, you can give January 2015. Write down date 1. Name of supplier is Dhruvil. Write down name of supplier Dhruvil. Inward invoice number is this bill number 110. So inward invoice number write 110. An amount we will record after deducting trade discount. Directly do in calculator 10,000 minus 10%. You must get 9,000. Directly do it in calculator. 10,000 minus 10%. Do you all get 9,000 or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So is everyone clear with this? Very, very simple. Is it or not? Is it
Yes,
very, very
sir.
simple compared
Yes,
to
sir.
journal book or not?
Yes, sir.
No rules of debit and credit. Just write the name of supplier, name of customer. That's it. Very, very simple. Okay. Now, I'll discuss further and raise your hand who will tell me where will we record it. Purchased goods of rupees 4,000 from Komal at 10% cash discount. Credit is 2 months. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Okay, Pranjal from Pratap Nagar, answer it.
Sir, it will be recorded in purchase book.
Pranjal, cash discount is mentioned.
Yes.
So is it not a cash transaction?
No, sir. The amount
Why?
is not written that it is given to the.
Yes, cash discount is just one of the terms and conditions. Very good. We have mentioned to or rather our supplier has mentioned to us that he would give us cash discount, but we will get that only if we pay the money. What are the last 2-3 words? All of you, what are the last 2-3 words?
Credit 2 months.
Credit 2 months.
Means
Credit
either a
2
cash
months.
transaction or a credit transaction.
Credit.
So we will record it. Yes, Pranjal, in purchase book date,
Third,
3rd, name of supplier,
Komal account.
Komal. Inward invoice number,
Sir, it is not given.
it is not given, so blank. Amount,
We will deduct, no, sir, 4,000.
yes, 4,000 only because 10% is not trade discount.
Cash
It is
discount.
Cash discount.
that we don't have to
Yes.
consider. Cash discount would be considered only when we make the payment. So full amount of 4,000 will be recorded. Is everyone clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any doubts in it? Okay. Next, I'm reading the next. Raise your hand who will tell me how to record the next transaction. Sold goods of rupees 8,000 to Sajan at 5% trade discount and 2% cash discount. Invoice number is 90. Garia Doshi from Subhanpura. Yes, go ahead.
Sir, Sajan account,
Which book will be recorded?
sales book.
Sales book. We'll record it in sales book. Okay. We'll record it in sales book because we have sold the goods. So all of you write down in sales book one time heading January 2015. Yes, there. What is the date?
Sir, 7th.
7th. Name of customer?
Sajan.
Sajan, whatever it is. Then Sajan account you can write. Always write account against that. Further, outward invoice number?
90.
90. Amount?
Amount, sir, it will be 8,000 minus 5%.
Yes, 8,000 minus 5% trade discount, that is 7,600.
Yes.
Directly in calculators, all of you will get it. Just press 8,000 minus and 5 and percent. Okay, there you will we deduct this cash discount of 2%? We won't. Okay, cash discount won't be deducted.
No.
Yes, in this chapter, cash discount, just cross it because we are recording only credit transactions. So wherever you come across cash discount, put cross on that. Okay, is everyone clear with this transaction? Any doubts up till here?
No, sir. No, sir.
Sir.
Shall we proceed further?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Raise your hand. 10th. Purchased goods of rupees 4,000. Cash memo number 30. Frakshin from Pratapnagar.
Yes, sir. Sir, it will be recorded in cash book.
So it won't be recorded here, right?
Yes, it won't be recorded here.
Why your video is off, Frakshin? Is your video off, Frakshin? Frakshin, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Any problem with your device? Your video is not visible.
Yes, sir. I'm facing network issue. That's why.
Okay, mute yourself. All of you write down this in the note. All of you write down this in the note. One more thing. Is any name given to you?
No.
No.
See, the chapter is so easy that even if you want to make a mistake, you cannot make a mistake. Because if at all you write here, then what would you write in the name of supplier? Is the name given?
Yeah. No.
So even if you try to record, you'll not be able to make a mistake here. Did you understand this? It's a cash transaction, so it will be recorded in cash book.
No.
So all of you write down in the note at the end, note number 1. This is date number 10th. So 10th January 2019. 15, sorry, not 19, 15. It is cash purchases. So write cash purchases will be recorded in cash book. Cash purchases will be recorded in cash book. Okay, cash purchases will be recorded in cash book. Any doubts up till here?
No.
No,
No.
No.
Okay. We proceed further. Raise your hand who can tell me the next one. Goods of rupees 2,000 are returned by Sajan, whatever, for which credit note number 15 was sent to him. Heer Shah from Pratapnagar.
Sir, it will be written in sales returns.
Yes,
Because
all of you.
firstly, it was purchased and then it's returned back.
Firstly, it was sold.
Sold means.
All of you see, do you all find in sales return book the name of Sajan or not?
Yes.
So if Sajan is returning the goods, is it purchase return or sales return?
Sales return.
Sales
Sales
return.
return. So we will write it in sales return book. Okay, we will write it in sales return book. Yes, Hirsha, unmute yourself and tell me the date in sales return book. What is the date?
11.
11th. Name of customer?
Sajan account.
Sajan account. Credit note number?
It's not given, sir.
No, it is given, na 15.
15.
Credit note number is 15.
15.
And what is the amount?
2000.
2000 is the amount. Okay, goods of rupees 2000 were returned by him. Yes, very good. Mute yourself. So anyone having any doubts up till here?
No.
No, sir.
All are clear up till here?
Yes.
Okay, next one. Next transaction. Raise your hand who will tell me this. 10% goods returned to Dhruvil and debit note number 16 was sent to him. Gaurav from Subhanpura.
Sir, purchase return book.
Yes. You all can see in purchase book, we have purchased goods from Dhruvil. So now if we return goods to Dhruvil, it will come in purchase return book. All of you write down in purchase return book. Gaurav. Gaurav. What is the date?
Yes, sir.
What is the date?
15.
15th. All of you write down the date is 15. Name of supplier?
Dhruvil account.
Dhruvil account. Debit note number?
16.
16. It is clearly given in the question. Debit note number 16 was sent to him. An amount?
900.
How do you get that?
सर पहले उसने 9000 के गुड परचेज किया था तो 10% गुड ही रिटर्न किए.
So 900. Correct. See, all of you look at purchase book. Can you all see we purchase goods of 9000 from Dhruvil?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So here, now we have returned him 10% goods. So we will do 10% of this 9000. Okay, 9000's 10%. What is the value of goods we will return to him? 900.
900.
Any doubts in this? All are clear with the value of 900? Yes. All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's proceed further. Raise your hand. Who will tell me the next transaction, how you will record it? Purchased furniture of rupees 5000 from Shri Bahuchar Furniture Mart. Tell me in chorus, everyone.
Not recorded. Not recorded.
Purchase of asset will not be recorded. Did I make you write it in the notes in the beginning today or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Purchase of asset will go in journal proper because it's a credit purchase. So write down in the notes, note number 2. All of you write down in the notes, note number 2, 16th January 2015. Purchase of furniture will be recorded in journal proper. Purchase of furniture will be recorded in journal proper. Is everyone clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Without any hesitation, you can ask the doubts to me. I will not mind repeating anything 3 times, 4 times, or even 10 times. Okay. So let's proceed further. Now, raise your hand who will tell me the next one. 18th date. Purchased goods of rupees 30,000 from Nirmi and half of the amount paid immediately. Very good. The number of people raising the hands is increasing. I like that. Dhruvi from Pratap Nagar, you tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
It will be recorded in purchase book.
But half amount is paid, Dhruvi.
Yeah, but we have to record full amount.
Yes, correct. Just 1 minute. So now did you all understand the relevance of this third note which I made you write?
Yes, sir.
In
Yes,
this
sir.
transaction,
Yes, sir.
in this transaction, do we have partly cash and partly credit transaction or not? Is this transaction a partly cash and partly credit or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But we will treat it as
Fully credit transaction.
Full
credit
credit
transaction
transaction.
and recorded with full amount. Yes, Dhruvi, go ahead. So we will record it in purchase book. What is the date I should write in purchase book?
18.
18. Name of supplier?
Nirali.
Nirmi.
Nirmi.
Nirmi account. Inward invoice number?
It is not given.
Not given. Amount?
Amount 30,000.
We will treat it as fully credit transactions. You'll record full amount 30,000. Now this half amount which we have paid, what did I tell you? Whatever amount of payment is done or receipt is done, that will again be recorded in cash book. Did I tell you this or not, everyone?
Yes.
So write down the third note, 18th January 2015. What payment is done here? Half. Half payment made to Nirmi will be recorded in cash book. Half payment made to Nirmi will be recorded in cash book. Is every one of you clear with this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's proceed further now. Raise your hand who will tell me the next transaction. The entire goods purchased from Nirmi sold to Haley for 36,000 at 10% trade discount. Invoice number is 100 and credit period is 3 months. Mehak Pandya from Subhanpura.
Sir, it will be recorded in sales book.
Yes, now we are selling it to Haley, so we'll write it in sales book. What is the name, date in sales book?
19th.
19th. Name of customer?
Haley account.
Haley account. Outward invoice number?
100.
100. Outward invoice number is given as 100. All of you can see that. And amount?
32,400.
Yes, all of you directly do in calculator. 36,000 minus 10%. You all must get 32,400 directly in calculator. Do you all get directly 32,400 in calculator, everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, all of you listen one thing. All of you listen carefully. If you come across a transaction where I purchase goods from A, whom from do I purchase the goods? A.
From me.
And I
From
sell the same goods to B. To whom do I sell the goods?
B.
To be.
110% B will return the goods to us and we have to return it back to A. If you have such a like in this question, we had purchase from Nirmi.
Yes.
Half of that sold to Haley. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So Haley will return the goods. And we will return it back to whom? Nirmi. This complication, this is the only complication in this chapter. Purchase goods from A, sold to B. So 110% B will
Return.
and we have to return to
A.
Now the problem is this last part when we return to A, because we have to return at cost price. What is the main trouble in this entire transaction when we return to
A.
Because we have to return at
Cost price.
see in this transaction. This I will explain you thoroughly. So just be attentive. The next transaction is Haley returned half of the goods sold to her and the same were returned to Nirmi. As I said, because we purchased goods from Nirmi then sold to Haley. So Haley has to return the goods and we have to return the goods to Nirmi. Now, since we sold the goods to Haley, you all can see Haley is in sales book. So if Haley returns half the goods, we'll write it in sales return book. All of you write down in sales return book, date is 20. Name of customer, Haley account. Credit note number is not given. Now, half the goods. So we will do, we sold goods to Haley for 32,400. So we will do half of 32,400. The value of goods returned by her is 16,200. Did you all understand this?
Yes.
All of you lower your hand. All of you lower your hands. All of you lower your hands. Hussein. Okay, now raise your hand who did not understand this transaction, this part up till here. 16,200 of Haley's amount. Raise your hand who did not understand. So everyone is clear with this? Haley's amount 16,200.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now complicated is next one which we return to Nirmi. Always the last part is complicated. Okay, this what we return to Nirmi is always complicated and important. Now first of all, we purchased goods from Nirmi. So returning back to Nirmi, we will write in purchase return book. So in purchase return book, all of you write down the date is 20. Name of supplier is Nirmi. Debit note number is not given. Now understand the amount, everyone. Nirmi, Haley. We purchase goods from Nirmi of rupees 30,000. Okay, we purchase goods from Nirmi worth rupees 30,000. You all can see it in purchase book. But half of that we sold to Haley. Half of that we sold to Haley for 16,200. So can I say half of the goods are 15,000? This is the cost for us. We are selling them for 16,200. That is our selling price. I repeat. We purchase goods of 30,000 from Nirmi. And as per the transaction, half of the goods were sold to Haley. Half of the goods means half of 30,000, 15,000 of goods were sold to Haley for 16,200. Now, Haley returned half of the goods further. So 16,200's half we have done. Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. We have not sold half of the goods. We have sold the entire goods. We have sold the entire goods for 32,400. Entire goods we have sold for 32,400. Haley returned half the goods for 16,200. But when we return to Nirmi, we will take half of 30,000 only, that is 15,000 rupees. Because when we return to Nirmi, we have to return at cost price. We cannot earn profit from Nirmi herself. So if we purchase goods of 30,000 from Nirmi, then we have to return goods to Nirmi for 30,000 only. We cannot return for 32,400. Same way, if we are returning half the goods to Nirmi, we cannot return for 16,200. We have to return for 30,000's half, 15,000 only. Did you all understand this portion, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
सर 4 बजे हमारा क्लास है दूसरा.
Yes, but whatever time it's consuming now, I have to finish it now. So I try to finish it fast, don't worry. 18 minutes are still left.
Okay, sir.
18 minutes are still left, it'll be over. Is this amount clear to everyone, 15,000, or who wants me to explain it again, any one of you? All are clear with 15,000? So write down in purchase return book. Okay, in purchase return book, date is 20 Nirmi and amount will be 30,000's half, that is 15,000. Amount will be 30,000's half, that is 15,000. Any doubts in this?
No.
Okay. Next, raise your hand. Kanu placed an order for supplying goods of 12,000 at 10% trade discount. Rajvi Desai, Subhanpura.
Yes, sir.
Where will we record this?
Sir, it is a non-economic transaction, so we will not record it.
Yes, non-economic transaction. Or if you write down in the notes, placing an order is non-economic transaction. So write down, it is non-economic transaction. It will not be recorded in any of the books of accounts. It is non-economic transaction. Did you all understand this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Next. Now same goods are supplied to Kanu for his order. So now can I say we are selling to Kanu or not? All of you?
Yes.
So now we will record this in sales book. All of you write down in sales book, the date is 24. Name of customer, Kanu account. Sales book. Date is 24. Name of customer, Kanu account. Are you given with bill number? What is the invoice number?
102.
102. And see, in transaction 21, amount was 12,000 at 10% trade discount. So do 12,000 minus 10%. Do you all get 10,800? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Ignore labor. It will be recorded in journal proper. Where will you record this labor expense?
Journal proper.
Journal proper. So write down 24, 115 in the notes. Labor will be recorded in journal proper. Labor will be recorded in journal proper. In this chapter, we have to record only the value of goods. Okay? Any doubts in this?
No.
Okay. Next. Cash purchase, cash sales will we record? Yes or no?
No.
No.
Cash purchase and
No.
cash sales will be recorded in which book?
Cash book.
Cash book.
Cash book.
So write down date 25/1/15. Cash purchases and cash sales will be recorded in cash book. cash purchases and cash sales will be recorded in cash book. I hope all of you are able to understand.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now the last one. Kanu returned half of the goods sold to him and it was agreed to give rebate of that labor in proportion. That we will record in journal proper. Just now, did we sell goods to Kanu or not?
Yes.
Yes.
So which book we will record if Kanu returns the goods?
Sales return.
Sales
Sales
return.
return.
Sales return book, write down date 31, name of customer, Kanu account. What was the value of that goods to Kanu?
12,000.
10,800. See the
10,800.
solution. After deducting trade discount, what was the value?
10,800.
10,800. So we will take half of 10,800. Did you understand this?
Yes.
That will
Yes.
be 5,400. And even in date 31st, rebate of carriage will be recorded in journal proper. Okay, rebate of carriage will be recorded in journal proper. Did you all understand this, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now only formality is left out of totaling. Total of purchase book 9, 13, 49,000, 43,000.
Yes.
Yes.
You'll write total credit purchases. Then purchase sales book 32, 42, 49, 50,800.
Yes.
Total credit sales. Then 15,900. Total purchase returns. And 16, 18, 23, 600. Total sales return. Did you all understand this question, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Pratap Nagar students, did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow I'll take up with goods columnar subsidiary books. Okay. Tomorrow I'll take up with goods columnar subsidiary books. All of you can try exercise question 12 in your homework, which is similar to this. Okay, exercise question 12 you can try in your homework, which is similar to this. Any doubts, you can ask it to me in tomorrow's lecture. Tomorrow also, do you have lecture at 4 o'clock of Abbas sir? Pratap Nagar students, do you have any lecture at 4 o'clock tomorrow?
No.
So tomorrow we will keep the classes at 3 o'clock, okay? Tomorrow's timings will be 3 o'clock, 3 to 4 or 4:30. It will extend depending on the time it consumes to finish one illustration. I'll be taking illustration 8 tomorrow. Chalo, we'll wind up because you have the next class at 4 o'clock. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye-bye.
Alright, party